Hi everybody, welcome back to Mini Minnow. And in today's video, I am going to be doing a little bit more of a detailed process of how I make my little keychains. And I have to give a very quick disclaimer. I do not sell these keychains. I'm no professional. Okay? I am simply just somebody who likes to make stuff and I like to give them to my friends. So it tends to be a little bit more like DIY slash homemade looking. Because I'm not selling it, you know, so I don't have to really do any quality control. But anyways, this isn't gonna be a tutorial or anything. It's just gonna be more like a little cozy video of how I do it. But yeah, this video is mostly for entertainment. I hope you guys can watch this and enjoy it. But if there is something you see me do that you like and you want to implement in your own process, then that's super awesome. But if you see something that you don't like, I hope that that's a learning experience for you, so you know what not to do. So I have a friend called Michelle. She's amazing. I adopted my 2 cats from her, and I just wanted to make her a little something. And I recently asked her what her favorite thingies were. Thingies, wow, how specific. But she specifically likes ocean creatures, and one of the things she did was stingrays. And something about that just made me really want to make a keychain for her. And her favorite color is blue, so I'm gonna make a blue stingray. And I'm just gonna show you a little process of how I do it. And Michelle, if you're watching this, and I haven't given it to you, look away. Okay, let's go. Look, oh my god. That's so cute. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to show you guys some of the materials I use to make my little polymer clay keychain. And the first thing is this desk mat. As you can tell, it's been through a lot, okay? But so have I. So, but yeah, so after a lot of uses, these little white stuff just started rubbing off. But I don't care, okay? I don't care. Next, the actual polymer clay I'm using is Sculpting, the original one. And I usually get a box of 12 just because it's cheaper, you know, than getting one. But I have some left over, so I'm actually going to be using this one. I'm going to be using one in my little Tupperware, and I really recommending just using, I don't know, an old Tupperware that you will never ever use again for food, okay? Never. But yeah, so I'm gonna be using this, and I just got a bunch of tools, and here are all my little thingies. I don't use all of them. I think I barely use half, so I'm actually gonna take it out and show you exactly what I like to use. This is the most used thing in here. It's like a little rolling pin or something, but yeah, I literally use it to mash up the clay to get it soft and also to flatten stuff, so I like this. Another thing I use a lot are the ones with these little tips that are but yeah, I really like using this, and also this tip that's harder. But yeah, I use this one a lot. And another thing I use all the time is this blade. And I think it's just an X-Acto knife, but this is really good when I need to cut stuff, obviously. Yeah, I like X-Acto knives. They're very precise, which is why you need to have a little cap on them, because I'm the type of girl who likes to rummage into things without looking, and let's just say I've been hurt more than once. And since we're making keychains, this is what I use to make the part that connects to the chain. But yeah, I don't really recommend this. I got this originally for something I don't remember, but it's very malleable. Look, you can do anything you want, you know, which is not the best for a keychain because I can still bend it around, so it's not that good. I just have to let him cook sometimes. But I don't really want to buy more, so what I end up doing is I just make it as small as possible so that you can't go too whoa, you know. Recommend this for other stuff, but not making keychains, to be honest. And the last thing is the little cutter. The cutter for this stuff. I think it came with it, so but yeah, this is all the stuff I need for when I make my little keychains. And it's time to start making the stingray. Okay, so the first thing I always do is to actually just make the wire part of it, and what I do is, I don't know, I just kind of oh yeah, that's good enough. And then I cut it like that. And once we have this, I'm actually gonna take any of my circular thingies and I wrap it around like so. And then what I do is I crisscross the 2 ends and I just keep crisscrossing, you know? Sometimes I crisscross it outside, just like I said, you know, the smaller, the stronger it'll be. Good enough, I think. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I cut this shorter, sometimes I just do a little whatever, because I feel like the more there is inside, the less likely that everything else is gonna like fall off. Next, we want to get the polymer clay quite malleable. But yeah, like I like to just like separate it into smaller chunks because it's a lot easier to get in there when it's small, you know? Okay, now that it's super soft and easy to use, I am going to figure out like the thickness I want and also the shape, because I have not made a mock-up just because I kind of want to like have fun. I kind of want to freestyle, you know? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna flatten this and get it to about, I don't know, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch-ish. Okay, good enough. Little pancake. And now I'm gonna take a pencil. You don't really need a pencil. You could like outline it with literally anything. But I'm gonna use a pencil because I can. Okay? But yeah, okay. Now I think I'm just gonna make a rough outline. So we don't want it too big because you don't want like a clunky big keychain thing. If I were to like mass produce this, I would probably make stencils. But right now we're chilling, okay? Okay. And now we just cut. I like to just like take big sections out so that I'm not like being annoying and like having to work around everything, you know? Yeah, now we have the general shape. Now I'm actually gonna figure out like the sides, because I feel like the sides are supposed to be thinner and then the middle is supposed to be thicker. Be very careful when you use the X-Acto knife, okay? And then I'm just using my fingers to like flatten some areas out. Look at Luca sleeping. And before I fully like clean everything up, I'm gonna figure out how to put this in. So sometimes one thing I do is I actually make an opening with the X-Acto knife. It's like I'm feeding it. And now I just try to zhuzh it back to how it was. And that's where this comes in. I use this to try to close that gap. Okay, and now I'm going to do that tail. Make a little tail. I don't want it to be too thin just because I'm scared. Like I don't want it to break off. Maybe we'll do that long. All right, so I think I'm gonna, that's kind of cute. I feel like that's not bad at all. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna cook my creation. So I just take a little bit of parchment paper and like, I don't know, I'm not gonna do a whole thing. I'm just gonna rip a piece, just enough to cover it, so like that. And ideally do not use one that you use to cook. But yeah, I just plop it on top, and my oven has been preheating to 275 Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna leave it in for about 45 minutes to an hour, and after that I'm gonna let it cool for another hour before I take it out to paint it, because I do know that if you take it out too early it might crack. I'm gonna pop this in the oven and I will see you in 2 hours, because that's 1 hour to cook and another hour to cool. Bye. Oh, lighting change. It's okay. It got dark, so we'll make it work. But anyways, here is a fully cooled finished product. It's so cute. Okay, so next step is we're gonna sand it down, specifically to just like get it like not too bumpy, because it's kind of bumpy everywhere, okay? All right, here I have all my sandpaper, and I think I'm just gonna get 3. Like this is what I usually do. I usually get the scratchiest one, a middle one, and then a smooth one. And I know that there's like a couple ways to go about this. There's like the dry way, but you're supposed to like use a mask and stuff like that. Like I don't really want to do that right now, and I think you definitely should all the time. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray it with a lot of water, and hopefully that'll prevent the dust particles from entering my nasal passage. Then just take it and I just go, and I make sure it's always wet. This is mostly for like the general smoothness for the paint. Okay, nice. Okay, so it's painting time, and I like to use acrylic paint, and I know a lot of people recommend acrylic gouache, and I've tried that, but I don't know, I didn't really vibe with it. So I'm gonna use this shade of blue because I think it's super cute, and I'm gonna put that everywhere, and then I'm gonna take some of the white, mix that with the blue, and have it as the underside. I'm just gonna use this old palette that for some reason I have so much purple. Why do I have so much purple? I don't know. gonna get right to the edge of the bottom. What? Oopsie. Clean. So clean, bro. And I'm gonna start mixing the lighter shade of blue. Okay, so I think that looks good. I'm gonna let this dry now. Okay, so I let it dry for a second, and now the top is completely dry. And I'm gonna take some Posca markers. I have this from the pastel pack, and I'm just gonna be drawing little circles on top. Maybe I'll do like stars with the orange, wait, yellow one. Maybe that'd be cute. A little circle here, you know? Just some little dots. Just having fun, there's no rules. Let me add this star right here. I don't always do details with the Posca marker, but it does help when it's small. Just because you have more control over it than like with a brush or anything, you know? And now I'm gonna add some more pink. Okay, I think I want to add some white as well. Super cute. And I'm just gonna draw 2 dots as the eyes on the front. Okay, so for the bottom, I'm gonna make those like gill looking things, but just so it doesn't stand out too much, I'm gonna use this blue. 1, 2. And we are done with the painting. Okay, so I've let it dry, and it is the last step, which is glossing. Or glazing. But yes, I'm gonna glaze it with this Sculpting gloss glaze. And as long as I'm very light-handed, everything will be okay. If I'm not, everything will be ruined. First, I'm not gonna go straight because last time I went straight, I like scratched some of the paint off. Bad idea. So I'm gonna go on the paintbrush, and I'm gonna try to not make it too thick. But yeah, now I'm just gonna let this sit for an hour, basically until it's clear on the top and like not super tacky to the touch, and then I'll turn it around and then I'll glaze the bottom. Okay, so the top looks pretty dry. It's like not fully dry, but it's like good enough. So now I can turn it around. Like these edges are pretty dry, so I can do this, I think. And now I can put the glaze on the bottom. I'm just gonna leave this here for now. And once it's kind of dry, I'm gonna hang it somewhere just so it doesn't stick, because I feel like sometimes when I let something fully dry somewhere, it tends to stick on the surface. So okay, so everything is not fully dry, but dry enough. And what I'm gonna do, just so that it doesn't stick anywhere, I'm gonna put this on this little toothpick and let it dangle there and fully dry overnight, and I will see you guys in the morning. Okay, so I am done with the keychain for Michelle. I ended up adding this like extra chain on top just to make it possible to put on a keychain, because I feel like the thing I made is too small. And yeah, even though we had some hurdles along the way, I had so much fun making something for my friend that I care about, so at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you guys think of these keychains I've been making. Because I feel like one day maybe I want to sell them. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye!